One of the biggest questions you guys asked me is about medicated assisted treatment, how I got sober. I'm just gonna like quickly break down my journey into sobriety and what I took, what medication I took, because this is genuinely the biggest question I get. Like all of my messages are about this. There's a lot of misconception about this topic, especially my unique situation where I was pregnant when I was put on medicated assisted treatment. So let's get into it. I found out I was pregnant on July 18th of 2023. That is the day that I got sober. I went into detox, and the detox was very straightforward with me. They said, we will not treat you if you don't agree to be put on Subutex. They did not feel comfortable detoxing a pregnant woman. I get a lot of comments saying like, I can't believe your doctor put you on Subutex. I can't believe you're on medicated assisted treatment while you're pregnant. But if you do your research, or if you've ever been in this situation, you would probably know that it's very unlikely a doctor would not put a pregnant woman on medicated assisted treatment, because it's very dangerous to detox cold turkey while pregnant. It could actually harm the baby. I actually went in saying, I don't want any medication. I want to do a cold turkey. And they said, we will not treat you. So just to clear that up, I did not have a choice. I'm glad I ended up going on medicated assisted treatment, because obviously I was not educated in the fact that it would harm my baby otherwise, or possibly harm her, because if something were to happen to the baby under their care, they could be held liable. So while I was in detox, I waited 3 days to take my Subutex. I was so incredibly sick, but I still didn't feel like I was like deep enough in withdrawal to take it any earlier than that. I've been in precipitated withdrawal, and if you don't know what that is, you can look it up. It is the most horrific, awful experience you could ever imagine. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. It is like 14 to 24 hours of pure living hell. And that's all there is to it. And so I waited 72 hours and I still went into precipitated withdrawal. I was an IV user, so I feel like that has a lot to do with it. How long you've been using, what you were using, all plays a factor. Finally, I get stable. I'm on Subutex. I wouldn't even say stable. I honestly still felt like shit. When I got out, I was on Subutex for my entire pregnancy. And that entire 9 months that I was on Subutex was awful, if I'm gonna be honest. I can't speak for the experience outside of pregnancy. I do not think I would have had the same experience if I wasn't pregnant. But when you're pregnant, your blood volume doubles and the medication doesn't work as well. So when the medication doesn't work as well, it almost feels like you're in minor withdrawal 24/7. Thankfully, my daughter was born happy, healthy, no withdrawals. And that was a blessing. Honestly, that's something that I worried about my entire pregnancy. I was so scared about. The more that you're in withdrawal during pregnancy, the more likely your child will be when they're born, which is why it's very important to communicate with your doctor if you are feeling withdrawal symptoms, because like I said, blood volume is doubled and typically you have to go up in dose when you're pregnant. So the more comfortable the mom is, the more comfortable the baby is. So just keep that in mind if you are ever going through that situation. So I gave birth. I was very fortunate to get on government insurance. I was approved for a year. Because of that, I knew that Access, which is the Arizona government insurance, I knew that they covered the Sublocade shot. So I asked my doctor, which by the way, I had asked my doctor while I was pregnant about the Sublocade shot, but they did not feel comfortable giving it to me while I was pregnant because it goes in your stomach. So he said, after you give birth, we'll put you on the shot. So that's what we did. I was on it for 7 rounds, 7 months, and I got off of it on January of 2025. This year was my last shot. Some people say it takes a couple months to leave your system. I'm not really sure. At this point, I'm assuming it's completely out of my system. I have not had one withdrawal symptom. I have not had one uncomfortable experience. Like, it has been such a breeze, and this medication is literally life-changing. And I hate to even say this because I know I'm very privileged to have gotten the injection, because I know not all insurances cover it. It can be like $1,600 a month if your insurance doesn't cover it. So definitely ask your insurance. It was like night and day. After I got on the injection, I felt like I was rebirthed into the world. Like, I felt like a completely normal human being again. It was just insane. Like, I had not felt that good in so long. So yeah, at this point, I am no longer on medicated assisted treatment. I'm almost 2 years sober in a couple days. Now I'm gonna cry. I just never thought I'd get here. Like, genuinely, just me being so for real. Like, I never thought I'd get sober. Like, I was the type of addict that was like, there's no way I can get sober. I'm not strong enough. I can't do it on my own. I wasn't open to medicated assisted treatment in the past. Sometimes I feel like it's a dream, honestly. From the way I was living to now, I'm like, somebody pinch me, because what's going on? That is my journey with sobriety, medicated assisted treatment, being pregnant while on it. Lots of moving parts. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know, because I love talking about this. I love to bring awareness to the subject. Because like I said, there is such a stigma around medicated assisted treatment, and I feel like not a lot of people understand what it does or what it is, which is understandable, but I feel like it's important for people like me who have a platform to talk about it. So I will continue to do that. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I love you guys so much.